Welcome back to the channel. Today we're looking at Magical Musketeer with some Fiendsmith cards as well as some Unchained cards. So with recently we got Lacrima, which means this deck is essentially full power and can do a lot of. They can summon a good board at the end of the turn, and I really enjoy Magical Musketeers. It's one of my favorite decks. So, and I do play it occasionally on Master Duel, so here we are. But let's run into the list, and then we can show some combos, and then I'll talk a bit about what I think about the deck. Is it good, bad, or can we change some cards? So, for the Fiendsmith cards, we have Lurie, the double Lacrima, the double Engraver, the triple Track. Track adds a Light Fiend, which can just be your Magical Musketeer cards, which is why I'm playing the Magical Musketeers. So, you can search for either Starfire, Calamity, or Caeser. You don't really do it very often, since you have Lurie, but it does come up sometimes. And then for the Magical Musketeers, we have Caeser, which allows you to search for a Magical Musket card, which can be Starfire, Calamity, or Last Stand, and then or Cross Domination. So for Starfire, she allows you to special summon a monster if you activate a card in the same column. And then we got Calamity, she's a monster reborn. For Cross Domination, it's an effect veiler that makes her attack points go to 0. And then Last Stand is a Solemn type card. So those are it for the Magical Musketeer cards. I don't play more because you don't want to break on them. And I might even drop Calamity. And then we have a small Unchained card package with Shavara, as well as Chamber, and then Soul. It's pretty self-explanatory. And then for the hand traps, we have 2 Veiler, 2 Maxi, 3 Ghost Ogre, should be 3 Ash. Yeah, 3 Ash. And then 1 Fuwalos, 1 Nibiru, and then triple Imperm. We're also playing double Called By, 1 Crossout, 2 Droplets, and then the last card we didn't talk about was Diabolica. If she gets sent to the graveyard by card effect, you can target 1 Fiend in your graveyard and then add it to your hand. It does come up. It's very important for the combo. Actually, let's get rid of Calamity for now. Yeah. There you go. For the extra deck, we have Lacrima, Necroquip, Aerial Leader. These are very important, both of these. Desirae, Chaos Angel that you can make off Lacrima and Engraver if it does come down to that. Caeser, Max is so beyond broken. So he's really good going second, but going first he doesn't do anything. So when you special summon or link summoned, you can add Magical Musket spell traps up to the monsters that they have. So if they have 4 monsters, you can add 4 spells. We don't play that many though, but you can if you want to. And then, or you can special summon monsters up to the number of spells, which is usually the effect that you want to go for. So you end up just swarming them with Starfire, Caeser. If you had the Calamity, you would also summon that, but we got rid of her. And then for the Requiem, the Rage, Muckraker is really important as well. We got Yama, Little Knight, which you make off Soul. Sequence, Agnum Day is a new addition. I'll showcase a combo with him. And then I have Goddess, just because sometimes you have to get rid of a trouble. Yeah, a card that causes a lot of trouble. But you don't have to play her. This is gonna be a flex spot. So I had 2 Requiem before, so yeah. But that'll be it for the deck profile. Let's talk about some combos. This would be a 1-card combo with Starfire or Casper. It doesn't really matter which one you have. So we start by the normal summoning. You go into max. This is pretty much what you do every combo, and it's always the same. It's just the lines kind of separate when you have extenders or not. So we go Lacrima, send the Engraver, make Necroquip because it's very important. So you have to attach, and then make Necroquip. And now you summon Engraver from the grave, put back max. Very standard. There might be Ryu here, but that happens. So you go sequence, and then you go area leader by putting back Requiem and Lacrima. You need the other 2 in the grave, so keep that in mind. And then you activate area leader to send Diabolica. She will then let you grab Engraver. So this is basically how you search for Engraver, and then you can activate it to add track. I already drew all the tracks, but just pretend like I didn't have any of them. Now we go into Yama. Yama will add Shivara, and then just hold on to the track for a while. And then Area Leader will activate. That's why you make Necroquip, and that's why you also play Diabolica. And now you can go into Soul. Now you can activate Shivara to pop Soul. And then Chainlink 1, Yama. And then Chainlink 2, Rage. So with Rage, you add Engraver to your hand. And then you special the Starfire. Okay, now you activate the track that you added earlier right under the Starfire to add Larry, and then you discard Larry. Larry will activate Chainlink 1, Starfire Chainlink 2. And then we summon Casper, doesn't really matter. And then bring back the Larry. And now you make Muckraker with these 2. You have to get rid of Shivara so you can get the trap card. And now reset. Okay, so now you activate track from your graveyard to fusion summon. This is where you summon Desirae. So the 2 monsters on the field that we got for free, and then the engraver that we added. That's Desirae. And then you equip the sequence like that. And then lastly you go Muckraker to bring back Casper. And you just discard whatever. In this case we'll do track. And then you place it above the chamber. And that'll be it for your combo. Muckraker protects you from battle or card effect. So They can't Regeki or whatever. But we'll finish our combo on their turn. So normally you would save your chamber. It's not common in Master Duel, but if they have Dark Ruler or other card effects that you can't respond to with monster effects, that's why you hold on to the chamber so you can chain the chamber, and then with Desirae you can negate it. So, but just to show you what more additional pluses you get, you summon the Rage. Casper will activate to add a Magical Musketeer card, and then you add Last Stand, and that's essentially your board off just one Starfire or one Casper. This will be one card combo with, it could be any Magical Musketeer card, Starfire or Casper, and we'll end up with Caeser plus Unchained Soul. So we go into Starfire normal, summon Max, and then you go Requiem. It's pretty typical. This is what you're going to be doing every turn, essentially. But it wasn't possible because we didn't have Lacrima. And then we recently got Necroquip and Aerial Leader in the last couple months. But you go that, you attach, and then you go into Necroquip. And then you revive the Engraver, put back the Max. Then you go Sequence. So most of the time there will Nibiru you once you have those two out, because Caesar's coming in their mind if they're like good at the game. And then you go Aerial Leader, and you put back Requiem and Starfire. And then from Aerial Leader you send Diabolica. She will activate to add Engraver. This is also how you search for your Engraver to add the track. We'll get to that later, but now we go Yama. Yama will add the Shavara. And this is where you activate your track to add the Lurry. You need to do this so you can have the additional body to make Rage. And now you go into Rage. And now you can pop him with Shavara. So, come onto the board, Chain Link 1, special the Fiend, and then Chain Link 2, you add one to your hand. Doesn't really matter what you add to your hand, we'll just add Engraver for next turn. And then you special summon, you just go Lurry. Here it doesn't matter, because we're gonna link it off anyways into Muckraker. So Muckraker comes out. Shavara will set your trap card. And now you activate Muckraker to bring back Shavara, and then you just discard whatever you don't want. So there you go. And then you bring back Aerial Leader by banishing these two, which is why you make them, and then you foliage the Diabolica. And now you go into Caesar. So that's essentially the full combo. Not full combo, not like full combo, but what one card can do. and then on their turn you bring back your rage for an additional interruption. So that'll be it for that combo. This would be a 2-card combo with Starfire and Track. So we normal. We activate the spell card right under her. Summon the free token. She will then special summon to level 4. And we summon Caspar. And now we go max. Very typical, standard. The reason you do this is so you can have an extra body. So max into Requiem. Into Lacrima. Send the Engraver. And now you attach the Requiem. It's very important that you go into Necroquip, because you need it for something else later on in the combo. And now you go Sequence. And yes, you can use the token. It'll count as the Light Fiend. Now you fusion with Sequence to summon Aerial Leader. Put back the Max and the Requiem. You can then send Diabolica. She will activate to add Engraver. Don't worry, the Graver's going back to the grave. So here we add Track. You can link off into Yama. Normally you would add the Shavara, but I already have it, so lost a card there. Now you can activate Track here under the column. You add Larry. You discard. You activate Casper. Casper will add Last Stand, and then Larry will come back. Now you go into Soul of Rage. You can then activate Shavara, pop Soul, 2 special Shavara. Now Chainlink 1, Yama. Chainlink 2, Soul. So you add to your hand. You can just add. We can add Larry. Needs to be a Light Fiend, specifically. And then with Yama, you special the Sequence. So before you wouldn't be able to be Fiend locked. You would have to like link down into like Muckraker. But now we have Agnum Day, so that's 1, 2. And then Shavara will set the trap card. Put that there. I should have put it under the Casper, but it's fine. And then Agnum Day will bring back the Engraver. And you do this because this is how you make Desirae. So, Track activates. And you can summon Desirae. Remember, you added the Larry, and then the 2 monsters already are on the field. So, we'll summon the Desirae here. Equip. And so, you summon Aerial Leader with Diabolica and Necroquip, which is why you make them, and so you can then later banish for Aerial Leader. Now we go Engraver, put the Larry back. And now you have Caeser. Your opponent can never really imbury you, because you always have access to Caesar at the end of the turn, which is why you make it last. And then you set your cards. Keep that in hand. I'll show you why. So you end your turn, and then on their turn you activate Lacrima, bring back Agnum Day, activate the effect again to bring Caspar, because he lets you add a Magical Musketeer card. So defense mode in the same column as Chamber. Then he equips, and then you activate Chamber to bring back Soul, which then will activate Casper to add Cross Domination. So this is essentially your full combo with 2 cards. You have an Effect Veiler, kind of better. Last Stand, Rage that goes into a Little Knight, double Caesar negate, double Omni negate Desirae. So that'll be it for the combo. That'll be it for the combo aspect of the video. Let's talk a bit about the deck itself. So as you can see from the first combo, 1 Starfire gets you a long way. That's only possible because the deck is already light fiends, and that's a huge deal because 1 Lacrima is not going to get you there. It's just Caesar pass basically, which is why I enjoy the deck. You can make a lot more combos with just 1 Starfire or even 1 Casper, because you get the additional names off Max, and then obviously Casper or Starfire. So it does a lot with so little. And even like when you don't draw the musket cards, you can still just go Lacrima combo, and even Sanct is full combo. So, well, Fiendsmith combo. So it's pretty good like that. I also really enjoy the Unchained cards in here. It's only like 2, but Shavar goes a long way. And then obviously the Necroquip is in every combo because you need it with Diabolica, which is nice. Because it would be, I mean, you wouldn't play this card so if it didn't have the effect. So, and then we got to showcase Agnum Day, what you can do as well. So, I enjoy the deck. It's a lot of fun to play, and it can go first or second, right? You have all these hand traps. It's like playing Fiendsmith control without the Bestials, right? Which is like a trade-off you can do. You got the droplets for just going second. We have all the hand traps. We got 2, 4, 7, 10, 13, 14, 15. 15 hand traps you still fit in there. On top of the talent, the droplets. And they have to negate your Starfire. Because you normal, and then you activate, if you activate any spell in the same column, they have to negate Starfire because you get a monster. And if they don't, you have an extra monster on the board. And then you go into Max, and they have to negate Max. There isn't like a, you know, let me just let it go through. No, you have to negate it. Because depending on the scenario, you can either add Cross Domination, right? Which is it's an effect veiler whenever, right? And then Last Stand, which is Omni Negate. So if they have their board, you just Cross Domination their best monster, right? Their negate. And then you have something further trap if they do have like a follow-up play. And then after that, you just go full combo, right? So most of the time, they'll save their thing for Max to negate, but it's fine because then you just go Requiem. You already blew 2 of their negates, or 1 at least, if they don't negate Starfire. Sometimes you do draw, like I said, the talents, the droplets. You know, you have called bys, you have imperms. So, yep, that'll be it for the deck. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching.